Paul, let's read something on health and let me see the act. That is Act 857, Health Professionals Regulatory Bodies Act.
Yes.
Let's read section 48 of that.
Yeah.
It says a person who makes a false declaration. Paul, listen, a person, that is Act 857, Health Professions Regulatory Bodies Act 2013. A person who makes a false declaration in an application for registration as a medical or dental practitioner, physician assistant, or certified registered anesthetic. When you make that false claim
that you are a
that
you are an anesthetist,
or B, who willfully, listen here carefully, who willfully or falsely uses any name, title, such as doctor. So the initial argument was that the girl was not even practicing in Ghana. She was just a doctor in America.
She's not a doctor in America.
You are not a doctor in America, but even in the event that you were a doctor elsewhere and you come to Ghana, the law per section 48 of Act 857 says that a person who willfully or falsely uses any name, title, such as doctor, or addition implying a qualification to practice medicine or dentistry, commits a crime.
Oh, a crime?
Yes.
The law calls it a crime.
It's a crime. You've committed a crime.
Serious.
Even by the use of the title doctor.
Yeah, that's a serious matter.
If you say that you are a medical doctor in America, even if she was, the fact that she's not undergone the processes that is supposed to let her integrate, you cannot call yourself a doctor in Ghana.
Let alone you are not a
doctor anywhere on this planet, and you call yourself a doctor. That is a crime. Beyond that, let's go to section 131 of Criminal and Other Offences Act, 1960 at 29. It talks about falsification of documents. Then you go to section 151. It talks about forgery. All these things are crimes sitting in our books, and yet nobody is taking action. Why is nobody taking action? Let's read section.
Maybe a formal complaint must be made. Maybe we can do a formal complaint.
So, are you saying that when somebody is committing a crime in the full glare of the public, in the full glare of the security, it needs somebody to make a complaint?
But when they are not doing it, we don't just talk. We should write to the CID.
So let me read section 131 of Criminal and Other Offences Act. That is the definition of 123. Defrauding by false pretense.
Pretenses, yeah.
A person who by means of false pretense or by personation obtains or attempts to obtain the consent of another person to part with or transfer the ownership of a thing, or by a false representation of acting in accordance with the instructions, orders, or requests of the president or a member of the cabinet, commits a second-degree felony under subsection 1 of this act.
But where are you putting this? Who is
so I'm putting this about defrauding by false pretense.
Who is she defrauding? The president?
The president and the cabinet.
Telling them that she's a doctor.
If you can manage to get the president to appoint you onto such a sensitive board.
As a doctor.
As a doctor, when you are not. That is defrauding by false pretense.
A health professional with expertise in health insurance.
Which she is not. She has never had anything.
She defrauded the president.
The highest qualification this girl has had is something they call HHE.
What's that?
That is home health assistance or something. Those that take care of old men and women. Even that it must be done with the supervision of a medical practitioner. So this girl has the highest qualification she has in this world. So the reason that she has this idea, I know she put up a post. Okay, now let's come back to a picture that has been put on.
Can you put a photograph on the TV on there?
There's a photograph where somebody is called Anne Sullivan Daly.
The white woman.
The white woman.
Yes.
So identity theft.
That's her.
This is the person that she is pretending to be.
Oh, I see.
So that's identity theft. Her name originally is Anna, not even Anne. Anna Sansa Kufon. The father is a pastor.
Anna Sansa Kufon.
The father is a pastor somewhere in Bono.
Oh, I see.
So originally her name is not Anna Sansa Daly. But because of this woman, because the woman is Anne Sullivan Daly, who is a medical person with all the credentials she is claiming to have.
Oh, that's serious.
So going to John Hopkins, it is this woman who went to John Hopkins. All the credentials she's pretending to have is this woman who has it.
Oh, but that's a high-level crime.
No, that is a high-level crime even in the United States.
It is indeed.
And some, because they don't know some of the editing. And I tell you, that is Kevin Taylor and this girl, they've done this thing for so many years, deceiving the public. And people cannot even detect it. Now, this is the time that people are going to know exactly what this guy has been doing to the public.
This girl lives in Ghana, or she lives at both places?
She became a citizen of the United States in 2019.
By marriage?
By marriage.
that marriage is still in
So she was married to one old man called Tim Daly, Tim Daly. But she will even lie to people that there is an actor called Tim Daly, Timothy Daly. She will lie to people that is the... No. She got married to an old man somewhere. But in the course of that is her private life, so I'll probably delve into it.
Okay.
My concern has to do with the things that borders on crime against our state. I knew all these things quite a few years back.
So that most of the things that Kevin Jandam says about people is coming from this.
It's coming from this lady when she gets into your corner and she
it's
gets
towards blackmail.
Blackmail.
So those who don't pay are those that we hear about.
Oh, they pay. Most times.
But we hear about them. So
they cannot even, they cannot
they reduce it.
So this girl was dating a nephew.
Yes, the doctor.
That is how come a nephew was put on the spot. And for so many months, allegations upon allegations were made. Meanwhile, up to today, they've not been able to present a single document to the national security or police that a nephew is a fraudster, and for that matter, he must be arrested.
Even his hospital was affected, his business.
So he goes on the assassination attacks using social media. Nephew is a criminal. Nephew. Meanwhile, if you're talking about somebody that is a criminal, it's actually the guy in Kevin Taylor. So what they are is what they portray other people to be, being a fraudster. So the guy was dating a nephew. And in the course of dating, I think she got information that a nephew was getting into a deal with something called gold soup.
Yeah, the gold soup.
The gold soup. Yeah. Is it souk or soup? Okay, so they are supposed to meet
Sami Jemfi. The gold board. Yeah.
And this guy is closer to Sami Jemfi as well.
I'm not sure about that.
No, I'm giving you information.
No, because I've checked.
Whatever information I am giving you information.
Well, because I checked and the information was that they met on a flight. The flight.
You think at this point somebody would like to associate herself with the...
I checked before that they met on some flight, the USA Delta flight.
Okay.
Now, I was told that because at the time the flight had a problem, Sami Jemfi was trying to sue them.
Okay.
And I was at the airport at that time, so he spoke to me about it. So they said, no, the lady was also on that flight.
But you
and
believe,
after that, they met once at some restaurant.
You believe they met once at a restaurant?
That's what I was
really?
told.
Once at a restaurant?
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Very nice. That you meet somebody on the flight and you meet once at a restaurant.
No, they put a legal action together, so I think they were talking.
But if you put a legal action together, you are talking, it's not going to be once at a restaurant. You certainly will have continuous conversations upon conversation. But that is not a substantive matter. Let's come back to the substantive matter. So this girl would then move you the same way he moved a nephew to Kevin Taylor, for Kevin Taylor to come at him, assassinate you, character assassination, left, right, center. And when I heard that this girl had dated a nephew, that is how come I got to know that, okay, that is where my own started from. All this while, she has been my friend, even when we are no longer friends, as in being friends.
I get it, yeah. You still talk to her every night.
I still talk to her every night.
Are they blackmailing Reverend Usu Bempa?
I don't know about that. What I know is that...
Are they blackmailing Nigel Gezi?
I know they were very good friends. Nigel Gezi, Usu Bempa, and the lady, they were very good friends. I'm not too sure what they are.
So is it conceivable that a reverend person is paying do they pay month? The blackmail money is weeks or month or what?
I don't know about that. I'm saying that they were very good friends. Why do you single out those names?
Yeah, because those are the names that are popping up. People are sending me texts.
People are sending you.
Blackmailing Usu Bempa, is blackmailing Nigel Gezi. Okay. Schwarzenegger mentioned it. Ifia, the lady herself, her video mentions those two names. And I'm hoping it's
she
not
goes
true,
as far as Nigeria. You know what? There's a guy called Mike Ezronye, a Nigerian actor, affected, a victim of their circumstances, very criminal.
But how does
it's a criminal syndicate
benefit from the blackmail?
Of course, when the girl gets money, he gets a cut.
Even if he didn't play any role, because it's not.
Why will he not play any role?
He announces on his show. He talks about it on his show, or they threaten that.
I am saying they will threaten you behind the scenes that if you don't pay X amount, they will come after you. They will destroy your image. And most people don't want this kind of bad publicity. You know, big men at high places wouldn't want this kind of bad publicity. But some of us can survive it. You can survive it.
How does she do the amorous thing? She will say that I slept with you, or she'll put a camera in here.
I said, Saturday, I will show you.
I can't wait.
On for the records.
I can't wait. This is serious.
So, Paul, we are calling on the security agencies that we shouldn't treat this business as usual, where we think the president has revoked the appointments of an matter issue. We must be able to investigate it. Use her as a scapegoat, as a deterrent for other people not to engage in, because it's becoming one too many.
We did not arrest Dr. UN.
But Dr. UN did not get to the position that this girl has gotten to.
Dr. UN was giving fake awards.
Giving fake awards is
money from anyone.
And you know that she says she's not practiced in Ghana. I am telling you on authority that this girl has been practicing in Ghana for some time.
People have sent texts that she...
No, she's been practicing
named the
in Ghana.
hospital, but in an FS hospital, she was practicing there.
Yes, in an FS hospital, she was practicing.
She was.
And beyond that, I'm saying it on authority that this girl has been taking care of people in this country.
Giving them medicine.
Why are you doubting the fact that she was taking care of the president when they were in opposition?
Because I saw the president with a doctor.
I am saying that why are you doubting it? Paul, the fact that you saw something does not mean that it cannot be true.
But this is serious.
Yes, it's serious.
Hey.
It's serious. And that is criminal act. For me, I don't care about the kind of personal life she lives or she doesn't live.
Wow.
And I wouldn't probably have talked about it if she did not get that kind of a sensitive position.
That's what Ifya said on her video, that she doesn't really
I knew quite a few things, but it's of no concern to me.
Yeah, she doesn't care. But now that they're going to put her on NHIS, then that's
it is something that bothers our nation.
But she was on the same platform with President Mahama last year.
Yes. The women's something.
Yes. And apparently they were coming to do another one June.
This year, yeah.
And they have cancelled.
With the president.
Yes, they were with now the president, then as candidates, now as president. And they have...
She's a very smart woman. For that, you can't take it away from her. Very smart. Except that she uses the smartness for the wrong things.